Welcome to County Portal, your simple source for local government services and public records. Let's get started.
We're tackling a question that caused a lot of confusion and misinformation online. Did the Supreme Court accept the Brunson case? The short and simple answer is no. The Supreme Court did not accept the Brunson case, they declined to hear it. To understand what happened, let's break it down. The case, officially known as Brunson v. Adams, was filed by four brothers from Utah. They argued that 388 members of Congress, along with figures like Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and Mike Pence, violated their oaths of office by failing to investigate claims of foreign interference in the 2020 election before certifying the results. The lawsuit made the extreme claim that this failure was an act of treason and sought the removal of all these officials from office. The case was first dismissed by a federal district court and then by the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals. The Brunson brothers then appealed to the highest court in the land, the U.S. Supreme Court. This is where the confusion started. When a case is appealed to the Supreme Court, it gets put on the docket, which is just an official calendar. Then, it gets distributed for conference, which means the 9 justices will look at the petition and decide whether or not to hear the full case. Many people online incorrectly interpreted the case being docketed or scheduled for conference as it being accepted. In reality, this is just a standard procedural step. Thousands of cases are submitted to the Supreme Court each year, and the justices only agree to hear a tiny fraction of them, usually less than 2%. On January 9, 2023, the Supreme Court issued its decision on the Brunson petition. They denied the petition for a writ of certiorari, which is the legal term for refusing to hear the case. The case was not heard, and no arguments were made. The Brunsons then filed a petition for a rehearing, basically asking the court to reconsider its decision. On February 21, 2023, the Supreme Court also denied that petition for rehearing, which officially ended the case. So, to be perfectly clear, the Supreme Court never accepted the case, never heard arguments on it, and never ruled on its merits. They simply chose not to take it up, as they do with the overwhelming majority of cases that come before them. Any claims that the court was about to hear the case or rule in the Brunsons' favor were based on a misunderstanding of the court's standard procedures. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this explanation helpful and want more straightforward breakdowns of complex topics, please consider hitting that subscribe button and ringing the bell so you don't miss our next video. We appreciate your support.